How to build wealth from zero. Let's dive into it. Look at your life for a second. If you picked this video, there's a good chance you've looked at your bank account recently and felt a pit in your stomach. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you're drowning in debt. Or maybe you look around at the world, seeing everyone else seemingly winning, and feel like you were handed the worst starting hand possible. Here is something the financial world rarely admits. Feeling like you have nothing is not a death sentence. It is a blank canvas. The ancient philosopher Seneca once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Starting from absolute zero gives you an edge wealthy people often lose: hunger, agility, and zero fear of losing what you don't have yet. In this video, we are breaking down a 7-step blueprint to build real, sustainable wealth when starting from zero. We will look at real-life stories of people who were broke, sleeping in cars, or working minimum wage jobs, and how they built fortunes using these exact principles. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Change your mindset. Wealth starts in your mind. Mindset sounds like an overused internet buzzword, but if you believe deep down that the system is completely rigged against you and you're destined to stay broke, your brain will automatically reject every single opportunity that comes your way. You won't even try. Consider the real story of Oprah Winfrey. Oprah was born into extreme poverty in rural Mississippi to a single teenage mother. She spent her earliest years wearing dresses made out of potato sacks because her family couldn't afford clothes. She experienced severe hardship that would break almost anyone. So how did she escape? Oprah made a conscious decision early on. She refused to let her current environment dictate her ultimate destination. She built an absolute refusal to view herself as a victim. Henry Ford famously put it this way: "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." A scarcity mindset says, "I don't have money, so I can't do anything." An abundance mindset says, "I don't have money, so I have to use creativity, energy, and resourcefulness." Wealthy mindset is not an event. It is a way of processing reality before it ever shows up in your bank account. Step 2. Start with what you have. Small steps create big results. The biggest trap when starting with nothing is waiting for the perfect time. You tell yourself, "I'll start freelancing. When I have $1,000, I'll start investing." Waiting for perfection is just fear disguised as preparation. Look at Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. When Sarah got the idea for her company, she was selling fax machines door to door in the intense Florida heat. She had $5,000 in savings. She had no business degree, no investors, and knew 0 people in the textile industry. You probably might be asking, what did she have? She had a phone, an internet connection, and her own 2 feet. She researched patents at the library on weekends, called manufacturers during her lunch breaks, and cut the feet off her own pantyhose to make the prototype. Today, she is a self-made billionaire. Tennis legend Arthur Ashe gave us the definitive rule for this: start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. What do you have right now? You have a smartphone, a pocket-sized supercomputer. That's fine. You have 24 hours in a day. That's fine too. You have free access to billions of hours of educational information online. Ooh yeah, that's even great. Stop looking at what's missing and start inventorying with what's already in your hands. Step 3. Control your money. Spend less than you earn. It doesn't matter if you make $500 a month or you make $50,000. If you do not control where your money goes, you will always be broke. High income does not build wealth. Retained capital builds wealth. Look at the habits of Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest individuals in human history. Despite having a net worth running into tens of billions, Buffett still lives in the same house in Omaha, Nebraska, that he bought in 1958 for $31,500. For decades, his morning routine involved driving through a McDonald's drive-thru, spending less than $4 on breakfast depending on whether the market was up or down. Buffett's golden rule of money management is simple: do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. And his warning on lifestyle inflation: if you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you need. When you feel like you have nothing, every single dollar is a soldier. Track every single expense for the next 30 days. You will be shocked at the leaks, unused subscriptions, daily coffees, impulse food orders. When you discipline yourself to live on less than you make, even by just $20 a week, you regain control. Step 4. Build income streams, side hustles, and digital skills. Cutting expenses is crucial, but budgeting alone has limits. There is a floor to how much you can cut, but there is no ceiling to how much you can earn. Relying on a single job for your income means you are one bad economy or one boss's decision away from disaster. Modern investor Naval Ravikant explained this clearly. You will not get rich trading time for money. You must own equity, a piece of a business, to gain your financial freedom. Consider Chris Gardner, the real-life figure behind the pursuit of happiness. Gardner was homeless, sleeping in public bathrooms, with his toddler son while completing an unpaid at a stock brokerage. He didn't settle for his circumstance. He made hundreds of sales calls a day, staying later than anyone else, relentlessly building a client base that eventually enabled him to launch his own multi-million-dollar firm. But here comes a question. How do you build a second stream of income with zero capital? Turns out that this is what we have been trying to solve all along. Trade effort and trade skill. Can you edit short-form videos? Write sales copy? Manage social media? Provide local home services? Start by offering a service. Use the money from that service to build an asset. Stop waiting for a raise at work. Go into the market and build your own. Step 5. Invest in yourself. Knowledge today, wealth tomorrow. If you lost everything tomorrow, your bank balance, your job, your assets, the only thing that cannot be confiscated is what is inside your mind. Benjamin Franklin wrote over 2 centuries ago, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." Franklin started as a poor printer's apprentice with almost no formal schooling, but he spent every spare hour reading books, studying languages, science, and leadership. That self-directed education turned him into an inventor, diplomat, and one of the wealthiest figures of his era. In today's economy, high-value skills are the ultimate equalizer. You do not need a $100,000 university degree to acquire a high-income skill. Skills like digital marketing, video post-production, copywriting, and software integration can be self-taught online for free. If you dedicate just 1 hour a day for 6 months to mastering one marketable skill, you will stand far ahead of the vast majority of the population. Knowledge today compounds into financial equity tomorrow. Step 6. Start investing early. The power of compound growth. "I don't have enough money to invest" is the most common reason people give for staying financially stagnant. Let's look at the incredible story of Ronald Read. Ronald Read was a gas station attendant and janitor from Vermont. He earned low wages his entire life. Yet, when he passed away in 2014 at age 92, he made worldwide headlines. Why? Because he left behind an estate worth over $8 million. How does a janitor accumulate $8 million? He lived frugally and consistently bought small amounts of dividends, stocks, and index funds for over 50 years. He allowed time and compound interest to do 90% of the work for him. Albert Einstein famously referred to compound interest as the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't understand it, pays it. You do not need thousands of dollars to start. Modern investing platforms allow you to start with as little as $5 or $10. When you start early, time does the heavy lifting. Small, consistent contributions beat massive, inconsistent attempts every single time. Step 7. Stay patient and consistent. Wealth is a journey. We live in a culture obsessed with speed. We want fast food, fast internet, and overnight wealth. But sustainable financial stability is built like a skyscraper. It requires digging a foundation underground, long before anyone sees a single floor above the surface. Consider the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. When you plant a bamboo seed, you must water and nurture it every single day for 5 full years. During those 5 years, nothing visible happens above ground. Not a single shoot breaks the dirt. Then, in the 5th year, the tree grows 90 feet tall in just 6 weeks. Did it grow 90 feet in 6 weeks? Or did it grow 90 feet through 5 years of unseen, persistent root development? Bill Gates summarized this human blind spot. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Keep showing up when the work feels repetitive. Keep saving when the progress feels small. The compound effect of discipline will eventually yield undeniable results. In summary, you can build everything tomorrow. Where you are today is simply a reflection of past circumstances and past actions. Where you will be 5 years from now is completely unwritten. You may have nothing today, but you can build everything tomorrow. Don't wait for ideal conditions. Don't wait for luck. Change your mindset. Start with what you have. Build income streams. Control your money. Invest in yourself. Start early and stay relentless. If this video provided value to you today, drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more deep dive strategies. Thank you for watching. Stay consistent, and we will see you in the next video.